Once again, there was some technical glitch because of which, the session got disconnected. I'm inviting Pratima ma'am once again to join my session. I am inviting Pratima ma'am to join in again for the session. I have sent request. I can see Sunbeam. Ma'am, I've already sent you the request. You have to only accept it. All right. Done. Ma'am, there was some technical glitch because of which, the session got dropped. So yes, I'm repeating my question once again. When we talk about empowerment, there are 5 kinds of empowerment: social, educational, economical, political, and psychological. Despite best policies, affirmative actions, and efforts by the government, not on the state of affairs.
I missed that. The latter half of your question was not audible.
Okay, I'll repeat it again for you. There are 5 kinds of empowerment: social, educational, economic, political, and psychological. Despite best policies, affirmative actions, and efforts by the government, not much has been achieved. Your views on this state of affairs?
It cannot be achieved. It's a utopian vision if someone
Yeah,
says that it will be achieved, because human dynamics are inherently not static. They are progressive. So
right,
every time the society turns a corner, there are certain ripples which are sent across different sections of the society. So
right,
what is very important is for us to understand that if we are aiming at a complete understanding, it is not. Yeah. So if we are aiming at a complete transformation, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. Yes,
Yeah. So if we are aiming at a complete transformation, it will not be possible at any point
right,
of time in society, because every few years the society changes its value code. What was relevant previously is not relevant anymore. Therefore, we
true,
have to constantly redefine our stance on the status of women, their contextual relevance to the time they are in, and the
yes,
expectations of the world at large. Even as
right.
I speak to you, statistics say that only 23.7% women representation is there in the field of politics. Why do you think this is happening? It is because women have been conditioned over the years to not voice their opinions. Is it changing now? If we have a finance minister who was an earlier a defense minister in a country like India,
Right,
the takeaway
right,
from this is change is happening, but it is very, very slow. So we have to
right.
have more and more people joining the movement, and more than
Yes,
that, we have to have a lot of support from our male counterparts also.
right, right.
Somewhere they have to take 2 steps forward, and let us take 2 steps forward also. So the moment we start interacting with each other in cohesion and understanding, things will be possible. Otherwise, these statistics will never change.
Right, right. Ma'am, in an open, technology-driven, ever-evolving, globalized economy, the space for women becomes less hospitable, less harmonious. How to address this?
By saying things as they are, and by not coloring it so that it sounds suitable and it sounds more palatable.
Right,
Sexual harassment is not something which can be talked about in a nice fashion.
Right.
Undermining someone's voice on the basis of gender is not something which can be quoted in a sugary sweet manner. So the world has risen up and has learned to take cognizance of the real-time problems and pains of women. I mean, so many years back, getting an African American to win an Oscar was a big thing. I still remember
Right.
Halle Berry when she got her Oscar. You know, she broke into tears, and
Yes.
she said, "I can't believe this is happening to me." So that there is race, which is an issue in one of the most developed nations of the world. There
Bilkul.
is the Me Too movement about which there is a hue and cry across the globe.
True.
And then there are women who do not support women's causes. So we cannot always blame the men for doing, wrong by us. It is the
Yes.
mothers who sometimes tell the daughters, who very often tell the daughters to be meek, to be obedient, to be submissive. It is
Right.
very often, or sometimes, the mothers-in-law who discriminate between the daughter and the daughter-in-law.
Right.
It is the mindset of the subordinate who, if he gets a woman to be a boss, thinks that she is to be responded not so
Right.
quickly, And then if his boss walks in and he's a male counterpart, then of course he has to obey. So,
Right.
well,
Right.
the perspective has to change. People have to
Right.
change. And people will change when you start speaking the truth, however ugly it is, however hard hitting it is. And, well, then we will have to open our eyes and we will have to wake up and smell the coffee. That's how I see it.
बिल्कुल मैम अभी जो the problems you talked about, especially if we talk about harassment, let's say dowry, bride burning, domestic violence, child marriages, inadequate nutrition, low status in the family are other hindrances in when we talk about female empowerment. How to overcome these?
Movements organize कीजिए. And by movements, I don't mean dharna, andolan, and I don't mean picketing, and I don't mean burning or banners or sloganeering. Awareness
Right.
movements create कीजिए. Awareness movements
Right.
can be as simple as that आपके घर में यदि कोई है, please take interest in her nutritional levels.
बिल्कुल.
प्लीज आस्क हर कि आप अगर आपके चेहरे पे पीलापन लग रहा है तो क्या आपको एनीमिया तो नहीं है, आप उसका हेल्थ
बिल्कुल.
चेक करा सकते हैं. अगर उसके
बिल्कुल.
बच्चे हैं और आप किसी एक बच्चे को, आप किसी एक गर्ल चाइल्ड को स्पॉन्सर करा सकते हैं, उसकी एजुकेशन
बिल्कुल.
स्पॉन्सर करा सकते हैं. एंड दिस कैन
बिल्कुल.
स्टार्ट इन अ मास movement. If
Right.
we have, I look after a women's college, and I am involved with my students at the women's college, and that's what I tell them. If financial
Right.
independence is a must, so every individual has to contribute one small drop to the ocean of
Right.
awareness. Only then will things change.
Right, right. Ma'am, the other question I want to ask you, what are the main hindrances in empowering women?
Sorry, I lost your voice for the moment, Prerna. What are the other
Ma'am, मैंने,
hindrances?
when we talk about empowering women, what are the other hindrances, we can talk about? So this is my question.
The other hindrances is your own inability to overcome the thought that you are a woman and therefore you are destined to be in a particular compartment only. And
बिल्कुल.
sometimes we have faulty role models. Sometimes the role models that we give to our growing daughter or
Right,
we give to our adolescent girl are faulty role
right,
models. If
right,
you tell a
right,
girl that she has to look pretty always, and her job in life is to worry about her figure or her physical attributes or the color of her skin, so
right,
she is going to grow up thinking those are the most valued things. Well, of course they are
right,
important. But physical health is more important. Being healthy is more important than being thin. Eating nutritionally adequate food is more important than starving to conform to a size. So the other
right,
hindrances are first the media made image of a woman. That is a big hindrance, when
True.
we keep on sort of propagating size zeros. I mean, I absolutely adore someone like a Sabyasachi Mukherjee who puts up a plus size fashion line and makes a plus size model walk on the ramp. And
True.
that I would say is coming of age, of mindset of not only the public but also of men. So
Right.
these
Right.
kind of
Right.
things, these kind of things will create and propel a sense of awareness and the energy to not let a woman be defined by her size or the color of her skin. So these kind of
Correct.
hindrances, the media created hindrances, the cosmetic industry created hindrances, ये बहुत बड़े hindrances होते हैं because
बिल्कुल
आपकी
मैम.
हर
बिल्कुल.
एडवर्टीजमेंट अगर एक छोटी 4 साल की 5 साल की बच्ची अगर एक गोरी सी बच्ची को देखेगी या एक वेरी फेयर थिन गर्ल को देखेगी तो उसके एस्पिरेशंस भी उसी तरह के हो जाएंगे.
बिल्कुल.
So, but when you have
बिल्कुल.
people like Aditi Mittal becoming a stand-up comedian, wow, that's when the women of India look up and say, why not? Let's learn to laugh at ourselves also.
Right.
So
Right.
these are the social hindrances which create problems.
Right. Ma'am, how do you see the role of, women in pandemic generated difficult times? And also, I would like you to please elaborate separately, the role of housewives and also of working women.
See, very honestly, if you ask me, Prerna, the role of a housewife is the most difficult role to essay. I mean, for a working woman, and I've been a working woman for the past 24 years now. But for a working woman, Sunday is a bona fide holiday. लेकिन housewives को तो ना summer vacation मिलते हैं, ना Sunday holiday मिलता है, ना retirement benefits
बिल्कुल.
मिलते हैं, ना pension मिलती है, कुछ नहीं मिलता है.
बिल्कुल मैम, बिल्कुल.
It is the most
Totally, yes.
underrated kind of work. जबकि the true essence of multitasking, कोई घर पे रह के housewife बन के देखे, your definition of multitasking is going to like really change and widen and redefine itself. So during the
Right.
pandemic time, who do you think has held the house together? The housewives have held the house together.
Yes.
They have, and especially in the Indian context, they have held a house together where the traditional male will not step into the kitchen to make chapatis because there is no maid anymore, and he will not bother to iron the clothes because the laundries are not working anymore, and he certainly will not pick up the broom or the vacuum cleaner and clean the house because well, the man of the house is not supposed to do that, in certain, or I
Right.
would say in a lot of Indian households. So during the pandemic, the housewives have had to be the bona fide chef, the doctor, the because who else is going to put the oximeter and take the readings and take the thermometer and keep on making the endless rounds of diet, COVID diet
Right.
for the rest of the
Right.
members of the family. They have done all that. They have become the laundry man of the house. They have become the house cleaning help. They've done everything. And
Right.
with that, they have helped the men to go online and study. And I'm talking about traditional conservative role households here. They have helped the men
Right.
to go online to do their business and their work. And they have helped their children to be online in the classrooms. Who do you think managed
True.
this front? Of course, the housewives did it. Did we even bother to ring one bell for them? हमने इन हाउसवाइफ्स के लिए माफ कीजिएगा सुन के बुरा लगेगा लेकिन मुझे तो नहीं लगा कोई बैल्कनी में आके इनके लिए थाली बजा रहा था किसी ने नहीं बजाई because we took it for
बिल्कुल.
granted. We
बिल्कुल.
took it for granted कि ये तो उनका काम ही है, so they just did it. So I feel the COVID warriors wore white coats in the hospitals, but very honestly, the COVID warriors who slaved in the kitchen also deserve a lot of accolades, and who managed to keep
Absolutely.
up.
Absolutely correct. मैम we've been talking about pandemic के time पे किस किस तरीके का role चाहे वो working women हो या फिर housewives हो. So to make this more meaningful, especially in these tough time, whether it is home or it is work, what would you like to suggest, or you would like to say or add on?
I would first say that be selfish. To all the people out there, be extremely selfish about your happiness. You are here to make a lot of people happy. Definitely your family. If you're in a profession, then you know, you have to be a good worker also, and you
Right.
have to be then a good mother. You have to be a good companion and a life partner. So take time out for yourself. पहले अपने आप को ठीक कीजिए, फिर किसी और के काम आप बखूबी से आ पाएंगे, you know, because if you are damaged and broken inside, and if you are trying to go out there and heal and repair and pretend to put a smile on your face and say I'm very brave, then I'm sorry, you are on a absolute fast lane to a breakdown someday, or you will end up very
बिल्कुल.
bitter, you know. 20 years down the line, you will look back on your life and you will say, oh, मेरे लिए किसी ने कुछ नहीं किया, मैंने सबके लिए किया. तो अगर आपको इस
बिल्कुल.
victim
बिल्कुल.
celebration से बचना है, तो pandemic or no pandemic, you have to be your own priority first. पहले
Right.
अपने
Right.
आप को खुश करना सीखिए, पहले अपनी खुशी के लिए लड़ना सीखिए, and make yourself your own priority. So take time off, organize, be a good time manager. All you people
Right.
out there, be a good time manager, because life is going to remain like this. You are not going to get any messiah who comes down one day and says that you know, pandemic khatam ho gaya, woman equality, gender equality aa gayi, pay parity ho gayi. You know,
जी.
we've seen the richest women in the world, and we have
True.
seen the most poor women in the world. I'm so sorry to say, lekin the set of issues remain the same. So
True.
you have to learn how to manage yourself first, how to fight for your happiness, how to capitalize on your own potential, and then I would say to everyone, develop one skill set which you can use in dire straits that can help generate income for your family. एक कोई
बिल्कुल.
स्किल सेट जरूर डेवलप करें. You do not wish to work, it's a matter of choice, but if needed, you ought to have that capability that tomorrow if you want to do something, that thing, that hobby or that skill set generates income, so that you're not in dire straits. I would say this: so manage your mind and please manage your wallet.
Right. Ma'am, women are discriminated much in salary, remunerations, etc. And housewives have no such, payback. Your views on it and what's the remedy?
Well, you have to fight for what you want in life. If you feel that one day, you know, people are going to wake up and say, wow, I'm feeling good about you, so here, take more money, or wow, you know, you do so much for the family, so here, take more money, it's not going to happen. Lay down
True.
the expectations that you have. So when a woman, either she gets married or she's a single, or she, likewise, when we get inducted into an organization, the moment we get an appointment letter, it also comes with a set of expectations of, you know, how you will discharge your duty. But when you are being interviewed for the job, then the person interviewing you also asks what are your expectations from this organization. So in a marriage also, go and ask and tell people what are your expectations from this alliance. Where do you see this alliance going forward in terms of fulfilling your expectations? You're not there just to fulfill an obligation or do your duties. जहाँ duties
Right.
होती हैं वहाँ rights भी होती हैं. And likewise, जहाँ rights होते हैं वहाँ duties भी होते हैं. It applies in the professional and the personal sphere also. So the way
Right.
your professional duties give you some rights, similarly in your home front also, if there are certain duties, then certain rights also have to accrue to you. You have to be an integral part of decision making. You cannot be the person who sits down and who lets others decide her life and then says that mere saath aisa kyun hua. You know,
Right.
it's really out. Nobody wants to listen to a story of mere saath kya hua. The world is now celebrating maine kya kiya. All right. So
True.
move from the victim to the person who tried to manage things. And if
True.
you have not been vocal, then don't cry that the people didn't take notice. You know, I know someone who says that if the baby does not cry enough, the baby is not given food. And somewhere there is you know, a lot of logic and sense to that. You want to be heard, speak out. You want attention, learn to put your things on the line. Otherwise,
Right.
accept, don't crave. So that's my theme, you know. You want something, go out and get there.
True. Thank you so much, Pratima ma'am. Before I, conclude our conversation, I just want, what's your message to all the viewers watching us right now and maybe later when they'll watch the video?
I would like to request all my viewers that in order for any human dominated domain to progress, and I sincerely do not believe in boundaries that on the globe you say this is my state and that is your state, or this is my country and that is your country. A, the world has to come together as one, and B, the individuals in the world have to come together as one. So if you
Right,
want to really grow as people, learn to respect individuality, learn to
right,
accommodate differences, do not compartmentalize yourself into a man and a woman, a boy and a girl. Let us talk about human beings. Let us place the need of humanity first. Let us not get
right,
carried away by senseless, endless war of what is good for you and what is bad for me. Let's not get into that, and let equality of justice prevail. Whether it is women or whether it is men, justice should be done. And right to opportunity must be exercised. And equality of opportunity must be given to everyone on the globe. Only then will the world become a better place. That's my design for future.
so true, so true. Thank you so much, Pratima ma'am, for being a part of this initiative. Also, I want all my viewers to know that today we had Pratima ma'am here. She is Assistant Director of Sunbeam Group of Institution. And today we talked about women empowerment and other, aspects of general well-being of keeping women in mind. Thank you everyone for watching us live right now. And thank you, Pratima ma'am, once again for being a part of my initiative.
Thank you, Prerna. It was extremely stimulating to talk to you. All the best. Stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you.